How's it going, guys? Rob here, and we are going to look in today at red, white, and blue racing. Let's see if I can get this thing going right. There we go. Just got a new cam, so we're gonna be working with that one along with the one that came with the computer. Red, white, and blue racing. You can see the box is not very, very thick, inch thick maybe. And from play.com, PLAAY.com, Dave Avalon is the CEO and owner. And this is what you get when you open up your game, okay? All right, hold on just a second. Let me open my chat up. Oops. All right. If I can get everything going here. Is my chat open? I think it is. All right. Yeah. All right. So this is pretty much what you get when you first open it up. All right. You're going to have your dice and your chips. You're going to have your two books. Race week, you're going to need this for qualifying. All right. It's got all of the guides in here telling you what you got to do to qualify. And it even has some charts and stuff like that. And you decide how many TV drivers are just by rolling the dice. And you got TV events right here for qualifying. Pretty much for the race week itself, getting prepared to race, you're going to need this one. Now, this one right here is more what you're going to need during the race time. Going to tell you what dice is what, red, white, and blue, and different things. And you can kind of look it up during the game if you need to. Dueling results and stuff like that. Get more into that in just a minute. You also get one or two of these. Highly suggest go to the library. Go ahead and get a bunch of those. That keeps up on how many laps you're going, and you can exit off at the end, obviously. And you keep up with everything going on. Your starting lineup and the final rundown afterwards. All right. What's up, Beatles? All right. Now, this is what you end up getting when you get the game itself. All right. You're going to get it like this. All right. You're going to have yourself a top group on one card and a middle group on another card. Okay. Now, you need these even if you go to a different board. You can go to a PDF like Al Wilson has that has all 42 drivers. Why? You need this. You need this right here, repair. You need that repair right there for trouble and for problems. You need that. And you also need the dual results right there on this one. Okay? So don't want to get too close, don't want to get too far. Let's see if I can get a little closer maybe. I may have to go to my backup camera. Good. Let me know. I'll go to my backup camera. You may unhook this one? So anyway, there we go. There we go. So anyway, you want to have this handy, and you want to have this handy. Okay. All right. So these are those two. Now this one right here, race week, you want to have all this handy because rare results, which I'll show you what's all about here in just a second. Here's your rare results table right here. You're going to keep this one. So you need this around in case of black flags and stuff like that, all handy. So you want to keep that up to date as well. All right. Next thing you'll get are drivers. Okay. You'll get yourself a set of drivers. Depending on what set you buy is what you will get, obviously. This is a set of 2000s. Okay. And let me just show you what this looks like. Here we go. All right. Here is your regular set of 2000s drivers right there. Okay. Don't want to move it too much. This is your TV drivers. If you look real close at the tinted, more of a cardboard right on this side. This side, not so much. But you can see it's more of a beige color print. Let's get it closer for you. See, you can tell the difference. Regular drivers, TV drivers, okay? And you got, you whichever set that you order, that's the way they're going to come for you. All right. Ooh, excuse me. All right. After you get your game all set out, okay, and you get your qualifying done, next, obviously, you got to decide what racetrack you want to race at, okay? All right. Let's just say, for instance, we're going to race at New Hampshire. Is that New Hampshire? Well, it's Martinsville. That's Martinsville right there. Okay, 2000's Martinsville. All right. If you notice, escape is -1 and repair is -1. You need to keep up with that right off the bat. Escape is -1. Repair is +1. You need to keep that. Okay. All right. Let's see if this is better. Is that better? How's that? All right. So anyway, during the game, once you start, you're going to keep the dice separated, okay? You're going to keep your 2 metallic dice along with your black die. All right, let's get this opened up. I highly recommend you get yourself some sandwich bags, sealable. I'll get more into that too before we get out of here. But here we go. Your red, white, and blue one, you need those anytime you have challenges for race leads. Let me get all this out right here, and I'll put the chips back in. All right. I should have had this out before I went to start. But the red, white, and blue one, you may as well keep those together. So you should have 6 die. You're going to have 2 metallic. Yeah, I'm a Red Sox fan. Red Sox and Phillies both. I've been a Red Sox fan all my life. Yep. Sad to say for you guys, some people anyway. A lot of Orioles. My brother's an Orioles fan. Yeah, so anytime we go to Baltimore, I love to laugh at those guys. All right. Let's say, for instance, now, all right, you just go on your regular first lap of the race. And right here, I got a 5, okay? A 5 is what you go on this right here. It's what you decide this is right here. So a 5 right there for Martinsville is skill, okay? Then you go to the cards of these drivers, okay? Of the drivers, and you notice, here's Mark Martin. He's got skill. All right. See, some of them have skill. Some of them don't have skill. But they have 6 choices, and some of them have 4 and 5. I don't know if any of them have 6 on. Here's Jeff Gordon. He has 5 different ones right there. He has all of them, but skill. He doesn't have the skill quality. Okay. So it's all according to the way they handed out the 6 I call them skills anyway, the 6 attributes that your driver has, okay? 2 dice, 6. Yeah. So these 2, then this one right here, the black die decides which group it is, okay? Look right here. If you see it right there, it says 1 and 2 top group. Let's see. Let me move my finger down. 1 and 2 is the top group. 3 and 4 is the middle group. 5 is the back group, bottom group, and 6 is a duel. Okay, duels are where it's anytime you roll a 6 on here, You can roll anywhere, obviously, from anywhere from 1 to 12 on here, and then it's going to show you on here who can duel with who. Okay, and if it's drivers in the middle area or the top group, you can do a duel. Now, once you do a duel, you actually should keep up with it. Let's say Terry Labonte is going after Darrell Waltrip. Later in the race, if it goes to Darrell Waltrip, he can go back after Terry Labonte, and then they got something they call the rabbit and the turtle. And you can do it that way, or either you can start up another fight or feud with someone else. But when you get fights and feuds going on, it's very, very – if you see number 7, it actually says go to where the feuds are. Number 7 is feud. Feud and fuming. So sometimes I think you're better off just stay put. Don't even worry about trying to fight. But because it doesn't always get you anywhere if you saw my first race. But then you've got your trouble. You got problems, all sorts of things like that. It's this track, and then the rare, number 2, if you'll see that, that's rare. And then obviously if it's rare in a 4, that'll be the rare in the middle group. Rare in a 5, it'll be rare for the bottom group. And rare for a 1 or 2 be for the top group. And you've got different outcomes. I'll show you different outcomes. Let's say for the top group, and then all you have to do is roll your red and white die. The red one's worth 10s. So if it was 5 and a 1, be 51. Surge, driver becomes the lead driver. So surge, driver becomes lead driver. So in the top group, there's things that can happen. Driver moves to the top of the group. Driver moves to the bottom of the group. Just rare results. Blows a motor. That's the end of it or whatever. And it shows you where to go. And then, or you may even say driver in the group blows a motor. Now you must find a driver. Okay? Your driver finder is right there. It's on both sides, top, front and the back, both. Okay? I drive 4. Okay? We're looking for the middle group. 44 is the driver 4 even. Okay? Driver 4 even. But if it's a back group, 44 is driver 11. So you just start right there at 20, at number 20. 20, well, it counts as 1, 2, 3, 4. Go all the way across to 11, and then you end up picking somebody out for whatever reason, whether it's good. Then after you race 6 laps, you're going to have yourself a pit stop, okay? All right. Let's say you draw a roll a 6 and a 4. 6 and a 4, okay? All right. Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what I rolled here. I'll show you this one in a minute. But let's just say we rolled a 6 and a 4. All right. First off, if you notice right here in the top group right there, above 7th place, there's a 6. Okay. Then right here at 5th place, there's a 4. You're going to swap those two. Okay. Before you even do any pit stops at all, top group, you're going to change the 6 and the 4. All right. That doesn't excuse the middle group. Middle group's the same way. If you look at the dice right there, look at the dice at the top of it. You see a 6 right there. See the 6? What you're going to do, you're going to change this one. It's going to go right straight down. So the odd's going to stay odd, even's going to stay even, and you're going to change the 6 and the 4, exchange them. That's all you're going to do. You're just going to change places with them. That's all you're doing. Once you get that done, then you got to see which group you're going to do. 3 would be the middle group. And you start at the back. Start at 19, 18, all the way up to the 8th place driver. Okay? Once you get that done, let's say 19th has a chip and 15th has a chip and nobody else does. What I like to do I like to start right at ninth and just pick my drivers up, keep them in order, and then let's move the 15th driver up to ninth. Let's move this the 18th driver up to 10th, and then lay the rest of them right back down the way they were. So the one guy that was in 8th place is just going to fall back to 10th. That's it. And you're just going to lay them back. Nobody else, you don't, you just fall. The only positions you lose are the ones that had chips and pit stops. Now, same thing goes for the top group. Let's say 7th place, 6th place, 5th and 4th and 3rd all get chips, but 2nd place and the leader don't. You take a leader, take a 2nd place guy, hold them in your hand, move everybody up to their positions, put the leader back to 6th place, put the 2nd place guy 7th place. So he loses the lead right there. So that ends that. Let's say you do have one that says a problem, and you end up taking 4 or 5 guys because they didn't pass their escape. Let's see, the escape right there is a 7. All right, I think it's a 7 on there. Yeah, it is. Let's say you roll a 9. Anything above what their escape number is, you take them off. And my advice is this: I always start from the back and work my way forward. That way, after I'm done, then I want to see who ends up blowing up or anything. Let's say the middle group, for instance, has trouble, and let's say everybody in the middle group, all the way from 19th up to 8th, has trouble. If I get them all out of the way right here, right? I want the 19th guy up front. I want the 8th place guy in the back. All right. The reason I do that is this. Then after I've got them in my hand, I want to roll a dice and I want to see if this guy blows up. If he blows up, he was in the back of the group anyway. He belongs to 43rd. He's out of the race. And I can just work it that way. Now, let's say number 18th guy, 19th guy, let's say, makes it. He does okay. Then what I do, I lay him face up, right down on the side of the board, off to himself. Okay. Let's say 19th doesn't blow up, 18th doesn't blow up. 17th and 16th blow up. 17th is 43rd, 16th will be 42nd. Then we're going to, the rest of them make it. Then all I do is pick up my cards, face up. Whoever's faced up the closest to me is going to get the best positions. Then you have to start filling in with gas pedal checks from a back group up. You don't just automatically move 20th up to 18th. Gas pedal check them and make sure they get it through. Let's see. I do have something to drink. Thank you. Is anything that you can think of that it's like, okay, I have a question or I'm not sure about something, but I would like to know about it. Has anybody even got a question? And while you're posting your questions, I'll show you what else I do. Just to store stuff, guys. This is what I do. I don't throw any of this away. These are great to keep. These little squares, these little extra squares, keep them. Hold on to them. You never know when you might want to make something or do something out of them. Take your time taking them apart. These are very, very, they're not the heaviest cardboard in the world, but they have been perforated pretty well. So perforate them, get them real well, put your regular cards in one, put your track cards and extra stuff in another one. How's that? And then put your TV cards in one. That's what I do. Because if you're using your TV card, you're not using your regular card that week, okay? So the first cards you're going to need for the week are your TV cards. Just get all 50, 55, whatever you got. Roll your dice. Decide how you want to play out your TV guys. I always roll one die. let's say I roll a 4. I'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, flip it over, then I'll decide what. That's the way I do it. Everybody can do it different ways. Let's say you have 9 TV drivers. You have to put all the other guys in here. Then you have to take your TV drivers out of your regular stack. Okay? That way you won't have 2 of the same one racing. So you have to take care of that. Never forget, each track is different. Some are going to be just 0-0 across the board. Daytona, escape -1, repair +1. Some may be -1 and -1 right there. But it's always, all of them are 1 and 2 is a top group, 3 and 4 is a middle group, 5 is a bottom group, and 6 is a dual. Okay? So I highly recommend, if you get a chance, PDF Al Wilson's board. Some people even get it in a mouse pad, kind of like this. Okay, kind of comes like this, where you can just, you can kind of bend it and everything. But I don't have that one. But I have one that's 11x17, and it's great. It works well for me. I actually have a couple of them. So that's the way it's going to look as soon as you get your stuff. And like I say, I haven't even used these tracks yet myself. Highly recommend. Anytime you're sitting around doing nothing, take the book and read a little bit and just kind of pick up on anything. House rules always apply anytime you play and stuff like this. If it's like, okay, this is an easier way of doing things, I highly recommend house rules. Go with it. But I think these have saved me a bunch of time just by having them sealed up. I don't have to worry about losing them and stuff like that. Get a bunch of these made. Get a bunch, and so it's just a good thing to do. I keep them separated. I don't even put all my extra these in here. I don't put any more weight in this box than I have to. All I've got is the basics of the game. Chips, if you think you may run low, just find you some other type of chip to use. But generally, you go through them so quick because people are always losing them every time. And when I say losing them, I'm not talking about actually losing them. I'm talking about during the game, one driver's taking them from another. So I think it works out pretty well. I hope my cam's a little bit better than my old cam. I actually went out and got me one today. So I may even try to figure out how I can do a cam and cam before it's over with. Don't even have to worry about that. That actually came in this. Chips and all this came in this little bag when you got it. So I'll show you. Yeah, you don't have to worry about that. That came like that. Yeah, so that already was like it when I got it. But everything is pretty well wrapped in plastic when you get it. It's in a pretty tough, hard plastic too. Mr. Avalon, he will, if you order from him, you'll find out real quick. He is at your disposal if you have a question. He's not hard to contact. So if you do have a question, you can post it right here. And if I can answer it, I will. But if I can't, I'll lead you to him, and I'll definitely say, look, he'll answer it for you. So you can't hardly beat that. It's just the way he's got his outfit going on with Play.com. I'm impressed by it, and you wouldn't believe how many people I've had already tell me, "Look, I'm going to order the game. I'm going to order the game," as well as you, Strat. You say you already have ordered it, so yeah, I'm like this. If somebody gives me a good product, I'm not going to say anything bad about them. And man, if you just ordered a couple days ago, chances are Monday, Tuesday, you're going to get it. So any questions you got at all, leave them down below. I will answer everything that I possibly can. If I can't, I'll lead you the way to answer it. And if I don't understand it or don't know it myself, I know somebody that probably can answer it for you. Anybody that's watching this delayed broadcast, I appreciate it. Give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel. And have a great Sunday evening. Thanks a lot, guys. Have a good one.